Hey everybody, it's here. You miss me, haven't you, Stepbro? Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. We're going to do a reaction to Meet Kevin's recent video about Tesla's earnings, because he said some very interesting things that even shocked me as somebody that diligently tracks Tesla, right? So let's go ahead and react to Meet Kevin, who gives a pretty honest assessment of Tesla's upcoming earnings. Because every YouTuber and their mother is saying, this Cyber truck, it's going to go to the moon because they made a truck and the revenue went up a lot, the sales went up a lot, so bunch of freaking clowns. At least Meet Kevin is giving kind of an honest assessment and managing expectations, which is actually commendable, Kevin. So let's go ahead and react to Tesla. Wow. We're going to go at 1.5 speed because I can do whatever I want. It's my channel, bro. Let me turn up the volume here. Boop. All right, let's go.
Link down below. Actually be productive. So let's talk Tesla. Look, as much as people like to sit and crunch, okay, we delivered this many cars and that's going to lead to X dollars of revenue. Let's make this very simple. This is the quarter Tesla took some of the most price cuts that we have seen in the last, well, really year. Most of them happened at the beginning of this quarter. So there are some real concerns about, obviously, number one, margin. But it's not just number one, margin, it's also cash flow. And this is something that I have religiously been warning about in every...
Okay, I'm going to stop him here real quick. Now we can actually slow it down just a tad bit because he got here. Wow. So my concern with Tesla, and I said this from the very beginning, there's two things. I said, number one, revenue growth is not going to grow massively. At some point, not everybody's going to buy a Tesla. So when I look at Tesla's revenue growth, I see crashing year-over-year growth rates. The revenue is still growing, but the growth rate is massively decelerating. Kind of like Palantir, okay? It's still growing its revenues, but it ain't growing it at the same rate that it was historically that everybody was saying Tesla was going to do. So now Tesla, because they saw this, they've been cutting the price of their cars massively. They've had massive cuts. Now, I don't track it diligently, so I don't know the exact price of every freaking car in every city in the country in the world, okay? But I know they've been having massive price cuts. And if you go down and look at their gross margin, it's plunged. I mean, their gross margin has been absolutely obliterated. Now, apparently, this is a tech company. That's what it's trading at, okay? It's price to sales like, what, 10 or something? This trades like a tech company. I think the Ford PE is like, what, 70-something? It's madness. They had 19% gross margins. Okay, that's their profit per car, not including selling, general, administrative, research and development, interest, and taxes. Just the car. 19% margins. Most tech companies have like 70, 80, 90% gross margins, and they have like 30% bottom line profit margin, sometimes 40%. Insane, okay? Tesla ain't that profitable, and it ain't a tech company. With those margins, no. And Meet Kevin even said this quarter, they're lowering margins even more. So I would expect margins to be lower. Now, if they collapse at the same rate that they did the last quarter on quarter, it could go down to 15%, 16%. And if that's the numbers I've heard thrown around. And if you look at competitors, right, suddenly Tesla isn't super mega ultra profitable. It isn't the king anymore, okay? Look at, these are GM's gross margins, 12%. Tesla's is still higher last quarter. But with the massive price cuts, I have a feeling their gross margin is going to drop pretty significantly and be pretty close to other car companies. Let's go look at Toyota. TM. Let's look at Toyota's gross margins. Not much different than Tesla's. Do you guys see the problem with Tesla? Sure, they have massive growth rates, okay? Revenue growth rates. Their revenue's growing, and I'm sure they'll get a bump in their revenue growth rate. Because if you cut the price of anything massively, you will stimulate demand. But if you don't profit from it, if your profitability plunges, the value of your company plunges, because earnings is what ultimately drives the value of a company. That is the anchor to every company. And if Tesla's earnings are decreasing, which they are, especially this quarter when they've cut their margins even more, their earnings per share is not going to be that pretty. They might still be profitable. I could see them being profitable. I probably think they will be, unless if Tesla is unprofitable, that would blow me away. I'm not even joking, because I expect Tesla, I mean, just like looking at the numbers, just saying, okay, this is their margins in the prior quarters, I would still say they have a chance of being profitable, right? But if they are unprofitable, that would blow me away. Like, that would be shocking. That would be ultimate destruction if they are unprofitable on a GAAP basis. Now, let's keep watching and see what see what Kevin has to say about cash flow.
Every single Tesla video that I've been making, I've warned that Tesla's balance sheet is not as robust as it appears. That is okay, though. It's a manufacturing company. They must invest. Consider, for example, the manufacturing expenditures that a company like Intel undertakes, just so they can build fabs to manufacture advanced chips. They're going to be receiving some of the first 3-nanometer lithography machines from ASML. They'll probably have their machine up and running before even TSM, which could potentially be a nice reboot for Intel as their revenue sort of declines on the CPU side and gets more into sort of brand agnostic fabs. Point is, when it comes to manufacturing, you have to spend a lot of money investing. And this
So Tesla is a car company? Maybe because they have lots of factories. And you know what? You know where the factory costs go? They get added to inventory, the price of the car, or the cost of the car. And when the car is sold, all those costs of the factories get expensed on the financial statements as cost of goods sold, which affects gross margin. That's why Tesla's gross margins are not even close to tech companies. Why? Because Tesla is not a tech company. It is a car company. Its gross margin from the last quarter ain't that far from Toyotas and GMs.
This is what you want for a company. But don't be surprised if Tesla actually potentially goes cash flow negative this quarter. Partly because we might be at either last quarter was the bottom in margin, or more likely this quarter may be the bottom in margin for Tesla. A bottom read in margin is going to create some nervousness for Tesla investors, especially if that free cash flow number goes negative. Take a look at the last earnings update from Q1.
Okay, so he's talking about free cash flow. When I first watched the video, I thought he meant operating cash flow. Now, here is why I think Tesla will, I could be totally wrong on this. I think Tesla will still have positive operating cash flow. I think they're still going to be profitable. Okay, I do. I don't know what their profit margin is going to be, their bottom line profit. But if they have positive net income, and then you add back depreciation and amortization, which is a non-cash expense, and stunk-based compensation, you're sitting pretty well on your statement of cash flows, okay? The only way they become cash flow negative from an operating cash flow standpoint is if they purchased a ton of inventory during the quarter, or they paid off a bunch of accounts payable, or some kind of balance sheet, current asset, current liability, had some kind of one-time, one-off fluctuation. That would make their operating cash flow go negative. Free cash flow, which is their operating cash flow minus their capital expenditures, oh yes, I could 100% see that going negative. Because their free cash flow from the most recent quarter is roughly what, $500 million? If their margins tick down a couple percentage points, I could 100% see Tesla having negative free cash flow. So let's just reiterate what Kevin said, okay? So he said that Tesla is going to have margins decrease, basically to the level of other car companies. It's going to have negative free cash flow. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. What else is bullish about Tesla? Okay. He even mentioned their balance sheet. Now, they're not going bankrupt. Even if they have negative free cash flow, as of last quarter, they had $16 billion of cash and $6 billion of short-term investments, $3 billion of receivables, and $14 billion of inventory, which they've probably sold. They probably churned a lot of that for gross margin, for positive gross margin. They're not going bankrupt this quarter, okay? But I'd be shocked if they were. But what I'm saying is, I mean, basically everything that I've talked about has come true. It's coming true. Their margins are collapsing. Their revenue growth rate is massively slowing down. If you accelerate your revenue growth rate by cutting prices, your margins will collapse and the value of your company ain't what it used to be. Okay. I don't understand what's going on with Teslas. I don't understand this. Forward PE of 76 with negative free cash flow. And their cash flow is not doing well. Okay. Like it's definitely decreased. You know, everybody was shilling Tesla's cash flow and how amazing it was and how it was a cash printing machine. I mean, look at that. The last quarter was one of the lowest cash flows from operations it's been in a while. Okay. Since looks like June of 2022. And you could see it going down. I mean, compared to the prior year in the same quarter, their cash flow was almost double. And then the quarter before that, it was lower, obviously, but that was in 2021. I don't know, man. This stock scares me. Like, if you're all in this stock, you need to understand what you're owning a car company that's trading at the multiple of a tech company. I mean, you go look at your ratio. Like, I'm not a stock picker necessarily, but a forward PE of 70 something, a price to sales of 10 when the auto industry trades at a price to sales of 1, and their margins are not that far from other car companies. Guys, I don't know what to tell you, man. Look at the stock's done. Up 145%. Stock price does not always reflect intrinsic value. Sometimes stock prices will trade above intrinsic value. And I believe this may possibly be the case with Tesla. Okay? That's my sinking suspicion. For a stock to go up like this, with slowing revenue growth rates and with decreasing margins, a forward PE of 76. I don't understand this. This is a mania. This is madness. This is Tesla stock. Okay. So, you do whatever you want. You play your little earnings games. Like, I'm going to buy calls because it's going to go up more and your margins are going to be better. Compare their margins to Toyota. Go do it. You will see there's not that much difference. Guys, I don't know what to say anymore. I'm trying to warn you guys. But you clowns, if the stunk goes up, you'll think I'm wrong. Baba, my corner the Cabo. Tesla, my Tesla. But my course, bro. Down syndrome Sane is playing up. Of course he is. Palantir's up 6%. You always be wrong about Tesla and Palantir. Of course. Palantir just went up. Why? Because AI. It's the future, bro. Reduce my Bob and Palantir today by VT so that I can sleep better at night. I am not going to complain about that. PE ratio to the moon. Yeah, forward PE for a company that's has massively declining margins. Elon Musk spends all his time on Twitter nowadays, and he said he is a hard worker. Sure, I will invest in a company that is overvalued with a CEO that barely spends any time with it. Elon is a clown. Okay, he is such a doofus. I need to do like in my other channel that I'm going to do. I want to roast him, man, for his stupid antics. What's up, Alex? How you been, man? How you been? I haven't heard from you in a while. Anyone vote for Kevin for California governor? I did not. I don't live in California. Hard to focus on Meet Kevin's face with all the ads for his course. Hey, that's why he's a millionaire, man. It's actually sad to see the downfall of Meet Kevin. He was the king of finance YouTube. Because of his grifts, he lost the majority of his watchers. I will say, like, his content now doesn't appeal to me. And it's grifty in the sense that it's kind of like fear, panic, corn. But I don't think it's as bad as what it was during the clown market, personally. And now he's just Mr. Tesla shill. It's like, come on, dude. Thoughts on AI taking over the world? I have no idea. Verizon pays more dividends. That's true. Time to buy Tesla. Let's see. Tesla isn't a car company. Yes, with margins rapidly approaching what other car companies have. Tesla ain't a car company. Guys, go look at Microsoft's margins. Go look at Facebook's margins. Meta. Go look at any of the other tech companies. Compare their margins to Tesla. That's the first thing. If you see that and you say Tesla is a tech company, you are delusional. You are deluded. Now, if you compare Tesla's margins to other car companies, it is a slightly more luxurious, slightly higher margin car company than Toyota and Ford and GM. That is a reasonable assessment of Tesla's margins. Tesla is not a tech company. It is a car company. Okay? Do you understand me, sir? Is this clicking? If it doesn't, I don't know what to tell you. You need to stop watching clowns. Anyway, lecture complete. Tesla is a car. It's an Elon Musk company. When do you think Tesla will... That stock is the biggest clown show I've ever... It's like you can't predict it. I know it's a clown stock. I know it's a massive speculative maniac bubble. I know it's a joke. I know it's going to come crashing down at some point. I don't know when. I thought the last time was it, but even nothing can slay that stupid stock. Nothing. Collapsing revenue growth rate, collapsing margins, slowing cash flow growth, potentially negative free cash flow, which I could totally see that, by the way. No, it goes up 145%. It doesn't make sense. Oh, God. Tesla's the ultimate prestige car for the North Texas Indian. Oh, okay. Bullish. I would never understand why they didn't print 10% of the float in 21 and be good for cash. Yeah, that's a good. I would have been diluting like crazy, baby. Maybe they probably thought they were undervalued. Oh, we're probably undervalued at a $1.2 trillion market cap. Isn't Tesla the most shorted stock? I don't know. I don't think so. I think many peeps agree with you, except the clowns. Can I sue me, Kevin? I mean, you can sue anybody for anything, man. What did ChatGPT say about this?
Buying Tesla stock. It's a future, bro. ChatGPT AI.
Stock goes up 20%. What about Kevin's big, you know what? That's a ETF I would avoid. It's highly concentrated in companies that have done insanely well recently in stock price. When's Kevin pick you up? That's a good question. Kevin, when are you picking me up, boy? Take me away from my loser life. Take me in your jet. Make love to me in the back. Kevin was so charismatic back when he stuck to... Yeah, I don't know. I recently got deployed to Iraq for my ROTC deployment. Yeah, you would crap your pants. Kevin has been doom and gloom all year while the market had pumped. Yeah. Well, he knows the sense of his audience. Okay, he's appealing to his audience. When stonks go down, everybody, oh my God, my stonks went down. And he appeals to that. And when stonks go up, they go, oh, my stocks are going up. And then he appeals to that. I prefer when Tesla acts like an actual car company. It means they can survive. I mean, at this point, if you think this is anything other than a car company, I mean, yeah, they've got their little energy business and
FSD. Oh, it's a software company.
I don't know what to tell you. Time to leverage ultra short the market. Oh God, what a world we live in, man. Strongman trying to speak sense to the cult, bless his heart. Nah, I've learned my lesson, okay? And like the cult, when Tesla stock fell to like 110, and it was still like a 300-something billion dollar market cap, all the clowns thought it was cheap because they saw relative price action. They said, okay, the stock went down 67% or whatever, so it must be a buy because it's cheaper than it was before. I still thought it was, I wouldn't touch that thing with a 10-foot pole at a $300 billion market cap. That's still bigger than Toyota, oh, by the way, the largest company in the world, and bigger than Volkswagen, all the other car companies. But of course, the clowns, because this is what they're conditioned to do, Tesla dips, you buy the dip, and the stock goes up. And they were reinforced again. They bought the dip, and the stock went up in a straight 45-degree line to the right. They were rewarded for their clownery. What do you think they're going to do? If the stock dips again, they're going to buy the dip again. It's like this unending nightmare of clownery, okay? Doesn't matter if revenue growth is not 50% like Elon Musk said it was going to be. Doesn't matter if gross margins are literally approaching other car. Like we're very close to Toyota's margins. And this is that's the last quarter. Negative free cash flow. Like what else? Oh God, I love the stock market. What are your thoughts on 3M? EM is saying it to they are the thing with lawsuits is you can look at a company's balance sheet, right? And they may not have accrued a contingent liability, which is a lawsuit. They may not have put that on their balance sheet because there's specific rules in accounting that say if a contingent liability, something that could be paid out, is probable and estimable, then you put it on your balance sheet. So liabilities that they may not think are probable yet won't show up on their balance sheet. But if they have trouble with the lawsuit and they're about to lose, it may show up. And then all of a sudden, this great balance sheet you're looking at suddenly has a massive liability on there and may just wipe out the whole company's equity. So there's a lot of liabilities. And it has to do with veterans, which even if the veterans are probably full of crap, which I suspect they are, because I know veterans, trust me. There's still a chance those veterans might win because American soldiers. So, I don't know. Would you rather buy 3M or would you rather buy an index fund? I mean, honestly, really, a company that could have billions of lawsuits or an index fund? I'd rather buy the index fund. Open your eyes. There's Fords everywhere. There's Toyotas everywhere. There's Hondas everywhere. There's Hyundais everywhere. That statement doesn't do anything. What do you have? Is that a BMW? What is that? I can't. It looks like a BMW. Can you talk about the 2009 when the new shares issued? I don't know anything about that. I mean, I remember them going bankrupt. Didn't the government bail them out? But trust me, I was in college. I was not paying attention to the stock market back then. There's a new truck. There's a new truck, guys. Oh, see the truck. Look at the truck. And here's the funny thing. So Ford just cut the price of their F-150 Lightning, and the stock went down. Tesla cuts prices, and the stock was up 145%. What? This is such a joke. Ugly car. Do you see the hearts on your screen? I do not. Are you kissing your screen? Let's see. Strongman doesn't skip trap. I just do 3 sets of shrugs. Negative free cash flow is worth at least 50. I agree with Kevin. That is highly likely. If their margins collapse, go down a couple percentage points, 100% they could have negative cash flow. And some of it could be like timing dip because like the cash from operations is calculated, by looking at changes in current assets and current liabilities, as well as adding back non-cash expenses, subtracting non-cash gains, stuff like that. So if they have a big purchase of inventory, that could be the reason. But also, they could have a bunch of accrued expenses, and then maybe they don't go cash flow negative. I don't know. Okay, it's hard to predict, but you can clearly see the trend. And if margins are going down, their cash flow will probably go down, all things being equal. Didn't Ford drop? Yeah, I think something like that. But of course, the stock went down, but Tesla goes up in a straight 45-degree angle line, 45-degree angle to the moon because they cut prices and their margins are collapsing and their revenue's slowing down. Okay. Kevin was recommending a Brayer that loses money. Its majority stay down.
Because I hear.
Do a little.
Sign up for Patreon, bro. Cardano, it's got the 20,000x.
Let's see. Markets can remain Yeah, you know what? I just don't buy the stock. I mean, it's in my index fund, but I don't buy it. I can just watch the stock. I don't have to participate. I don't have to short it. I don't have to buy it. I can just watch. That's also an option, people. What do you think about Kevin's PP growing more than 3x VT's growth over 5 years? I think Kevin is a great investor, is all I'll say. No, in all seriousness, I mean, like you're going to have short-term fluctuations. You could have perfectly bought the PP ETF at the bottom and then benefited from Apple and Tesla's rise. But if Apple and Tesla pop and come back, you could also massively underperform VT. Remember ARK? ARK destroyed VT for a couple of years, obliterated VT. And now, on a 5-year basis, ARK has underperformed VT. And VT's returns are higher than that, especially with reinvested dividends in the last 5 years. Probably like 40, 45%. Let's see. When in doubt, buy silver. Strawman, probably should lower your voice before Big Joey Carlson catches. Oh, I'm sure he's a big, tough, strong guy. He's gonna beat me up. Oh.
You made fun of my closet index fund, the story fund.
Yeah, okay. Did you give up on the foo-foo? There's no way. There is no way he's coming on here. It is sad that Kingdom of Lefebvre's forehead is brighter than his future when he goes into that Canadian sun. .com bubble 2.0. I don't think it's as... So the clown market felt like... I mean, I wasn't around. I mean, I was alive, but I wasn't like following the stock market during the .com bubble. But I remember I read about it, and it's like stocks with zero revenue were going to the moon. It kind of felt like that's what 2020, 2021 was. Except if 2021 had continued for a couple of years. That was the .com. That's what it feels like to me. Clown stocks going up and up and up. This doesn't feel like the .com bubble. I filed an SEC complaint with you. You have pumped VT. I've successfully sent the SEC proof that you have single-handedly pumped VT by 20%. So you're in jail. Wouldn't that be funny if, like, out of all the YouTubers, I'm the one that gets in trouble? I could see that happening. I'm willing to host it for free and fair questions. Dude, he ain't going to come on. I guarantee it. I would destroy him. BMW Electric is a genuine contender. There's 1,000 contenders for Tesla. Okay. It's a car company. Some people want to buy Teslas. Some people want to buy Ford Mach-E's. Some people want the BMW Electric 4. Excuse me. This is not hard. Okay. This is common sense. Ford drops prices. Ford's going out of business. Tesla drops. Dude, you can see the bubble. In that statement, you can see the bubble. Okay. It's like I was watching this video. It's called meta-analysis. It's where you're not analyzing the company, you're analyzing the market's perceptions of the company. Okay. You can see euphoria and you can bet against it or stay away from it. Okay. That's kind of how you win. That's kind of how you don't get destroyed. Is you see something like this, that's true. People, they sell Ford because they cut prices. Tesla cuts prices, collapses their margins. Then their margins have collapsed from 30% down to 19% and probably lower. That's crazy. And the stock goes up 145%. If you doubt this is a bubble, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, think about the clown market. This stuff is, for me, it's like easy to see. I don't know why this is so hard for people to understand. During the clown market, the dumbest stocks went up massively for no reason. It's the same thing with Tesla. I don't know when it's going to pop, but I am not playing that game. I am not participating in that game. And like, think of all the clowns. This is like another indicator. Idiots think they're geniuses buying Tesla. Like, it's just crazy. I've outperformed Warren Buffett. I'm a genius. They think that. They're clowns. Okay? You have to be crazy to buy it. It's just a pure gamble, you know? It's a pure gamble. I drove 3 hours today and didn't see a single Toyota. What do you mean there's Toyotas not seen one since 2021? I hope that's sarcasm. I see Toyotas everywhere. Nobody buying it. There'll be some clowns that buy it, but that doesn't change anything. Like, what does it change? It's another car. Okay, it's still a car company. If they go cash flow negative, it's okay. Elon will just bring out another dancing room. No, there's a very good shot they will have negative free cash flow. If their capital expenditures stay the same and their profits go down a couple percentages, 100% they'll have negative free cash flow. And, I mean, what is that going to do? Nothing. Nothing, bro. I bet you if they have $1 of positive free cash flow, the stock will go to the moon. Let's see. This heart failure is useless. What's the point of these emojis? I can't see any hearts. Sorry. GM took the bailout and screwed Ford didn't take the bailout, so at least their shares stayed listed. That's true. I remember that. Ford didn't get the bailout. Let's see. Strongman always looks angry and sad. No, I'm not. Dude, it's like watching Tattooed Chef. You know, it's just so predictable what's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. Like, people think I'm like blown away by Tesla's earnings. Revenue growth is slowing down. What did the shills say? 50%. Now it's like 24% year over year. And even if revenue growth rates go up, that's because they raised them by cutting prices, which means their profits go down. Their profit per car goes down. I just don't know what to tell you guys, man. Strongman. And like, this isn't even like hard stuff. It's like, if they cut their prices, their profits will decrease. Not hard. Fin fluids don't understand sharp. What's that? Risk-adjusted return. Something like that. Kingdom of Finance is so stupid in international stocks, using his logic like Ferrari and Stellantis. Oh, don't worry. I've got evidence of him saying he likes international stocks. Trust me. I hope he drops another video. I hope he drops a video about me. He thinks the first one was bad. Woo!
Hi, Leon! Hi, Leon! Hi, Leon!
Will Hylion survive? You say the name. I need to make a video about, dude. I got inside there's a Hylion Discord. I got inside of it, and I was trying to debate people, and they freaking banned me because Hylion is a clown stock, dude. Clown stock. Tesla or Nvidia? Oh man, what great choices we have there. I don't even know. I don't even want to answer that question. That's like choose. I'm not even going to say it. I'll probably get in trouble. What do you think about joining the Israeli Defense Force? There are some hot Israeli girls, probably worth fighting. You know what? I think I'll pass. I think I'll stay here, right here in Virginia. Okay. I'm sure there's hot chicks in the IDF, but not my cup of tea. Let's see. If you just buy, you can make just swing trade, bro. It's easy. Tesla will never have the cash flow of T or Verizon. It will always go higher. Look, guys, don't lose hope. Okay, don't short it. Just don't. You're betting against clowns. You're betting against clowns, fanatics, shills, degenerates. Don't short Tesla. You don't have to buy it. You can just watch the stock. And I guarantee you, at some point, the bubble will pop. This is a clownish bubble. It is so easy to see. Now, if Tesla releases earnings and their revenue goes up 100% and their margins are 90%, okay, maybe they were onto something. But guess what? Their margins ain't going to be anywhere close to a tech company because it's not a tech company. It's a car company. Look at the valuations and multiples that car companies trade at. But you know what the clowns have? It went up a lot. That's their argument. It went up a lot. Wow. Bitcoin went up a lot. Wow. You're so smart. Ford, yes, they can. They're profitable on their internal combustion engine cars. They can 100% afford to drop prices. It's going to be funny when Tesla Auto makes their debt looks like asset back. Isn't that like asset backed securities or something? Kevin was talking about them borrowing money. I mean, like, I don't see why they need to borrow money yet, unless they're like doing some kind of massive expansion. Like, even if they have negative free cash flow, they have plenty of cash on the balance sheet. Like, if they burned through all that cash, that would be like mind-boggling. But I don't think that would be. I don't think that's going to happen. Jeremy Lefebvre, yeah, okay. He's probably watching me right now.
I need information for my videos.
The Cybertruck can be the cheapest. Oh my god. The Cybertruck. I mean, it'd be hilarious to like ride in that thing, but it's a weird car, man. See the grift. I'm just excited to see the new grift Elon is going to save this. Oh, he'll think of something. The next grift is AI. He's in tune to the bubbles. He knows. Okay, he's gonna do something with AI. Oh, the Cybertruck can grow legs and arms, and it can be a robot and AI, or something. The Cybertruck can crack eggs open and make you scrambled eggs or over medium eggs. Like whatever he has to do, he's gonna say it. Stephen Mark Ryan has 12, and he's averaging up. Long term, he's gonna have a negative return, guaranteed. Have you gotten rich from VT only? I mean, I wouldn't call myself rich, but I'm financially secure. I'm very financially secure. I'm not rich though. If you want to be rich, start a company or make a ton of money somehow and save all of it. If the Cybertruck is under 20K, it ain't gonna be under 20K. You see, Hylion sounds like a Pokemon. I would watch a video. Oh, dude, don't worry. I'm gonna roast Hylion. Whoever commented that reminded me. Let's see. Elon, I'm on Team Zuckerberg, dude. I want to see Zuckerberg just beat the pulp out of Elon Musk. It would make me so happy to see that. He's such a clown. I hate Elon Musk. I think they have 20 billion. I don't know who that is. I think you're making a mistake by alienating the Bitcoin community. The BT and the Bitcoin have the highest overlapping people. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yes, those are two communities that are definitely brothers in arms. Probably has some. Oh, strong man is so strong and muscular. The Tesla bots using cutting edge AI. Stock goes up 1,000%. It's a Gundam suit. It's a star. What was the power range? It's a sword. It's a power sword. Nintendo stock goes to the moon. All right, guys, that's it. I stink. I ran today. I still haven't showered. I reek right now. I'm just a filthy pile of stench. Anyway, that's it. Have a wonderful night. Cheers.